Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. His birth was not dramatic in headlines, but his environment would be. South Africa at the time operated under apartheid, a rigid, segregated political system. It was a tense society isolated globally. His father, Elon Musk, was an electromechanical engineer, highly intelligent and technically capable. His mother, May Musk, was a model and dietitian, disciplined and career-focused. From the outside, this was an intellectually strong household. Inside, it was unstable. His parents divorced when he was young. Elon chose to live with his father, a decision he later described publicly as a mistake. He has referred to his father as emotionally harsh and complex. Childhood environment shapes internal architecture. Elon was not socially dominant. He was quiet, introspective, detached. He read constantly, science fiction, fantasy, physics, encyclopedias. He once said he read so much he finished entire sets of encyclopedias. He was not the strongest child physically, and school was not kind. He was bullied severely. By his late teens, South Africa required mandatory military service. Elon did not want to serve in the apartheid-era system. But this wasn't only political. He understood something critical. The center of technological innovation was not Pretoria. It was North America. At 17, he left South Africa. Using his mother's Canadian citizenship, he moved to Canada. No Silicon Valley network. No investors. He worked manual labor jobs. Farm work, cleaning boilers, physically exhausting tasks. This is often skipped in narratives. But it matters. He was not born into Silicon Valley privilege. He relocated strategically. He enrolled at Queen's University in Ontario. Later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. There, he earned degrees in physics and economics. Physics. In 1995, Elon Musk arrived in California with a clear objective: the internet was about to reshape the world. He had been accepted into a PhD program at Stanford University in applied physics. He attended for 2 days. Then he left. The internet boom had begun, and Musk believed the opportunity cost of staying in academia was too high. He and his brother Kimball Musk launched a company called Zippy2. The idea was simple but ahead of its time: help newspapers move online and provide digital city guides with maps and business directories. Today that sounds normal. In 1995, it was radical. The early stage was brutal. They rented a small office. Elon slept on the office couch. He showered at the YMCA. They had one computer. During the day, they pitched newspapers. At night, after selling Zippy2, Musk did not slow down. He invested $12 million of his own money into a new company, XCOM. His vision was ambitious: an online financial services platform. In 1999, online banking was still considered risky. The idea: digital payments without traditional banking friction. At the same time, another startup called Confinity was developing a money transfer system that would later become PayPal. XCOM and Confinity merged in 2000. The combined company eventually focused entirely on digital payments, but internal conflict escalated. Musk favored aggressive infrastructure decisions, including switching back-end systems from Unix to Microsoft. Other executives disagreed. In 2000, while Musk was on his honeymoon, the board removed him as CEO. This was the second time he was pushed aside. But he remained the largest shareholder. The company rebranded as PayPal. In 2002, eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock. Elon Musk earned roughly $165 million from the sale. At 31 years old, he was wealthy, financially secure, globally connected. And now he had something more powerful than money: freedom to think at scale. Most entrepreneurs stop after one major exit. Musk was just getting started. After the PayPal sale in 2002, Elon Musk had approximately $165 million in eBay stock. Most founders diversify. Musk concentrated. He had become obsessed with one question: why is space travel so expensive? He believed rockets were overpriced due to inefficient aerospace structures and lack of innovation. In 2002, he founded Space Exploration Technologies Corp. SpaceX. He invested around $100 million of his own money. Not investor money, his money. He initially tried to buy refurbished Russian rockets. Negotiations failed. Instead of walking away, he made a decision that many aerospace veterans considered irrational. He would build rockets himself. From scratch. SpaceX started in a warehouse in El Segundo, California. The company recruited young engineers willing to work extreme hours. Musk insisted on first principles engineering, break the system down to materials, rebuild from fundamentals. He became deeply involved in design, propulsion, manufacturing, not as a passive investor, as a hands-on technical CEO. The goal? Develop a small orbital rocket called Falcon 1. Most experts believed the company would fail. A private company building orbital rockets had never succeeded. But Musk wasn't optimizing for reputation. He was optimizing for survival of long-term vision, making humanity multi-planetary. While building SpaceX, Musk also invested in another risky company. In 2004, he led a $6.5 million Series A investment in Tesla Motors. Tesla had been founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Musk became chairman of the board and the largest shareholder. Electric cars at that time were widely dismissed. Slow, unattractive, unprofitable. Musk believed battery technology could change that. Tesla's first vehicle, the Roadster, aimed to prove electric cars could be high performance. But development was chaotic. Costs spiraled. Production delays mounted. Internal conflict grew. Eventually, Eberhard was removed as CEO. Musk became deeply involved in product and strategy. He had now tied his capital to two extremely capital-intensive companies: rockets, cars. Both historically brutal industries. He was not diversifying risk. He was stacking it. By 2008, the situation became critical. SpaceX had launched Falcon 1 3 times. 3 failures. Explosions. Technical malfunctions. Public skepticism. Each launch cost tens of millions. Meanwhile, Tesla was running out of cash. The 2008 global financial crisis froze funding markets. Investors stopped writing checks. Musk had already invested most of his PayPal earnings. He reportedly had to borrow money for personal expenses at one point. His marriage was ending. Public pressure was rising. Privately, both companies were close to collapse. If the fourth Falcon 1 launch failed, SpaceX likely would have shut down. If Tesla couldn't secure emergency funding, it would enter bankruptcy. Musk later described this period as one of the most painful of his life. This was not calculated PR pressure. This was existential. September 28, 2008, Falcon 1 launched again. This time it reached orbit. It became the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit. Without that success, SpaceX likely would have ended. Shortly after, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion commercial resupply contract. That contract stabilized the company. Around the same time, Tesla secured last-minute funding just before Christmas 2008. Both companies survived, narrowly, not because risk was low, but because persistence outlasted collapse probability. This was the hinge moment. If one launch failed, history changes. After surviving 2008, Tesla still wasn't safe. In 2010, Tesla went public on Nasdaq. It was the first American car company to IPO since Ford in 1956. At that time, many analysts still doubted electric vehicles. The breakthrough came in 2012 with the release of the Model S. It wasn't just electric, it was fast, elegant, high performance, technologically advanced. In 2013, Model S won Motor Trend Car of the Year. For the first time, electric vehicles were not compromises. They were desirable. Tesla stock began rising dramatically. But scaling manufacturing was chaotic. Production bottlenecks, factory issues, production hell, as Musk later described it during the Model 3 ramp in 2017-2018. He slept at the factory, worked through nights, personally intervened in engineering decisions. Tesla nearly faced collapse again during Model 3 scaling, but they stabilized, and the market shifted. Electric vehicles were no longer a niche experiment. They were the future. While Tesla scaled, SpaceX pursued something even more radical: reusable rockets. In 2015, SpaceX successfully landed a Falcon 9 booster vertically for the first time. This had never been done operationally in orbital-class rocketry. Reusable rockets dramatically reduced launch costs. It changed the economics of space. SpaceX went on to launch the Falcon Heavy, develop the Dragon spacecraft, begin the Starship program, send NASA astronauts to the ISS in 2020. For the first time since the Space Shuttle era, astronauts launched from American soil. This wasn't symbolic. It was structural power. SpaceX became the dominant private space company in the world. In 2020 and 2021, Tesla stock surged dramatically, driven by EV adoption, investor optimism, and market expansion. Musk's net worth skyrocketed. He became the richest person in the world. But wealth was not passive. It was largely tied to Tesla shares. Highly volatile, highly exposed, he remained deeply operational, not retired, not silent. This period cemented his image globally: visionary, polarizing, relentless. In 2022, Musk acquired Twitter for approximately $44 billion. The move shocked markets. He argued the platform needed free speech reform. The transition was chaotic. Executive firings, mass layoffs, policy changes led to public controversy. He later rebranded Twitter as X. The acquisition was risky. It involved leveraged financing and Tesla stock sales. Critics called it reckless. Supporters called it bold. Regardless of opinion, it reinforced a pattern: Musk does not avoid conflict. He enters it. From a bullied child in South Africa, to a Stanford dropout, to a startup founder sleeping on the floor, to near bankruptcy in 2008, to leading electric vehicles and private space flight. The pattern is not luck. It is risk concentration. It is extreme work ethic. It is first principles thinking. It is tolerance for volatility. Elon Musk's story is not smooth. It is unstable. But instability has been his operating environment since childhood. And for him, instability is not a threat. It is leverage.